Hi triathletes, welcome back to another session with TriathlontesSA, where today I'll be explaining to you guys the different methods that you can use to record your training sessions. So let's dig in.
To accomplish something extraordinary, one must have an extraordinary dream. Ironman inspires us to reimagine our limits, to set our sights higher, to go farther than we ever have before. Ironman is a statement of excellence, passion, commitment. It is a test of physical toughness and mental strength. Ironman is about persevering, enduring, and being a part of something larger than ourselves. It shows the heights that can be achieved when we push beyond our boundaries and go the distance to earn the title Ironman.
First off, today I'll focus on 3 different methods that you can record your training. You can use your cell phone, which I'll explain last, and then you can also use a cycling computer, or you can use a watch specifically made for training. So let's first start off. When you look at watches, there are 2 different watches out there that you need to consider. The first one will be a watch with optical HR, so if you turn the watch around, you'll see there's some sensors at the back that will capture your heart rate on your wrist. So if you wear the watch on your wrist, it will capture the heart rate. The other type of watch that's out there is the normal training watch without the optical HR at the back. So for that, you'll need a separate heart rate strap to record your heart rate. Then just take note, a normal heart rate strap will not record your heart rate while swimming. For that, you'll need a specific heart rate strap that's used for swimming. So for Garmin, it's called an HR Tri or an HR Swim. So that will specifically record your heart rate while swimming. The normal watches can't do that, so you need specific heart rate strap for that. Then secondly, most of these watches have their own heart rate straps, like Garmin have a Garmin heart rate strap or the HR Tri, but most brands will use their own heart rate straps. I've had a TomTom before, and I found that the Wahoo has worked on all of the watches, on the Garmin as well as the TomTom as well. There's different brands of sports watches out there. This is also down to personal preferences, like you like different cell phones. Some people like iPhone, some like Samsung, some like Nokia. The same with the watches. Some brands you like more than others, but the most common you can find in South Africa would be the TomTom, which is usually the cheapest. And then you get the Garmin, the Polar, and the Suunto. I know Apple has also released a smart watch lately, so you can also go and take a look at that as well if you like to connect it with your iPhone. So if you look at your sports watch, you'll see there's different functionality. I'll show you the GARMIN Fenix 5, as this is the one that I'm currently using. So when you go into the different options available for recording training sessions, you'll see that there are 2 options available, one for training inside and one for training outside. So first off, if you look at swimming, you'll see there's one for pool swimming as well as one for open water swimming. There's also 2 available for cycling. You'll find a mountain bike or a normal bike as well as an indoor bike as well. Then lastly, when you look at running, you can also use it to run outside, or if you're running inside on the treadmill, you can just select the treadmill option. Most of these triathlon watches have a function specifically for racing, so you can either use it for a duathlon or a triathlon. Just make sure you know how to use the watch before you use it in a race, as otherwise you might stop the watch instead of moving on to the next T1 or cycling. There's also other functionalities on my watch. I can use it for rowing, for cardio, etc. So all of these watches will be different. You need to go and find out which watch you like, and if you don't know which one to buy, there's a guy called DC Rainmaker. He does a lot of reviews on stuff. You can go and look at his reviews on sports watches, and maybe that will help you decide which watch you like. I personally like the Garmin, as I like how they function as well. Then lastly, before we move on, some of the watches might have a functionality where you can use music while running or cycling. I currently have a Bluetooth Liberty. It's a Bluetooth device that you can use with earphones, so you don't need all these cables running everywhere. You can also use a normal MP3 player and use that for cycling or running as well if you like to train with music. Then the second one that I want to look at is a cycling computer. Once again, there's different brands out there. You can go and look at the Garmin, the Wahoo, the Polar, Lesign, as well as the Brayton. They all work differently as well. So once again, you can go and look at DC Rainmaker's reviews on the different cycling computers. The cycling computers will also show you different metrics like your sports watch, and you can set them up on what you want to see. What's very nice with the watches and the cycling computer is you can go and race against previous races. So say for instance you have a running time trial or cycling time trial and you want to see if you improve, you can just say race previous activity, go and select the activity and then go and race. With the Garmin, and I know the TomTom as well, it will show you how far you are ahead or behind in meters as well as seconds. It's a very nice functionality that you can use with both the watch and the cycling computer. In one of my next videos, I'll explain the different metrics that you can use while training to help you train better. And then last off, I'll show you guys how you can use your cell phone to record your training. There's a couple of ways that you can use your cell phone. First, you need to download some kind of app that you can place your recording sessions on. So if you go to your Play Store, I would suggest that you go and download Strava. It's a very nice app that you can log your training on as well as see how other people are training. So once you've downloaded the app, you can go into your app and fill out your personal profile. So it will ask you a couple of information of your name, surname, age, weight, etc. And then once you're set up, you can start recording training sessions. There's different functionalities of the app. At the bottom you can see there's an option for feed that will show you all the people that you are following, how their training is going, and you can also go and give them a kudos, which is a thumbs up, or you can go and comment on one of their sessions as well. And then next up, you can go to record, which I'll explain later, and then your profile where you can change your personal profile, and then lastly there's an option where you can use Strava Summit. That just gives you more functionality of the app that would help you as well. So let's first start off with the feed. You'll see there's following, you, and clubs. Following, I've said, is the people that you are following on Strava. Clubs is any clubs that you are part of, and then lastly your personal activities. Then you'll see there's a small cross at the bottom. Say for instance you did an activity and you want to record it. You for instance did a swim, you know that how far you swam and how long it took you. You can just select the plus sign and then go and select run, swim, hike, whatever you did. Say for instance you said it was a swim. You know it took you 31 minutes to complete the swim because you looked on your watch, and you also know the distance you swam. Say for instance you swam 1.8 kilometers, and that will give you the pace per kilometer. Then once again you can add photos, and then you can put in the starting time. That's when you would have started your training, and it will add the 31 minutes. It will also ask you how did the training session feel, and then once you're done you can just push the save button. You can use this for any kind of activities, whether it was swimming, biking, running, or strength training. Then if you want to record a specific session while you are cycling or running, instead of using the plus, you can use the record option. You'll see there's different options. You can either click the right button, which will give you run, ride, walk, hike, whatever you are doing. So you can change the activity you're doing by pushing the bicycle. You can also use Strava live segments, which will tell you when there is a Strava segment. How that usually works is someone had laid out a specific segment, and it will show you the top 10 times people have achieved for that specific segment. So when you're done, it will automatically show up underneath your training sessions. You can also see there's active challenges. That's the challenges that you've committed to, and once you've completed them, you'll receive a badge. It will also show you how many activities you've completed and how long the distance was, as long as how many hours you were active. And over here it will show you how it compares to the previous month's stats. So all your activities will be logged in, and you'll also see that you can see who gave you a thumbs up if you go to the people that gave you kudos. So that is how you'll use your cell phone for recording sessions as well, and it makes it much easier for you if you do not have a sports watch. There's lots of options out there. You can either put your phone at the back of your arm, you can put it in the back of your cycling jersey, or you can put it in your pants. As long as the cell phone is with you, while you are doing your training session if you want to record it, and as long as you have data or cell phone service available. Otherwise your cell phone would not work. Thank you for watching this video, and please go and like and subscribe to my YouTube channel called TriathlontesSA. You're also more than welcome to join my Facebook group or follow me on Instagram, also on TriathlontesSA. The website's up and running. It's almost 100% complete, but you can go and check out how it looks this far. I will also use a link in the description. You can find it at www.triathlontessa.com. Then stay tuned for the next couple of videos where I'll focus specifically on swimming, biking and running. So keep up the training, triathletes, and I'll see you guys soon.